So it's called Clock Tower.
Clock Tower. The giant scissors once again search for prey.
And if you were too scared to rent this game in the 90s, that's probably because back then the new horror video game genre felt legitimately scary. It didn't really take much. There was still an air of mystery to the horror genre as a whole. Clock Tower is ripe with cheesy lines and voice acting.
Teach, hang in there. What's wrong? Teach.
I'm not like you.
Panic-inducing chases. And a literal playing a horror movie vibe that few other games of the era were able to achieve.
Someone is following me.
Some kind of weirdo?
This is actually clearly stated by the director of the game, directly written into the game manual. Many current games place the system first, and the material is superimposed as an extra little flavor. Clock Tower is designed so that the material comes first. All systems were designed to address the question of how best to express horror.
Excuse me.
Also, the manual thoroughly and plainly explains how to play the game, which, for subversive games like this, it's incredibly rare. Look at these goddamn details. It's not like a weird mystery you gotta figure out and bumble through. They want you to experience the game, not struggle with it. Well, not too much at least. It was a feeling akin to how uncovering horror VHS felt to the consumer in the mid to late 80s and into the 90s. Suddenly you had this library of wildly visceral film at your disposal. You didn't need to go to the theater.
More fun!
Sometimes you didn't even know it, but you were actually watching an unrated horror film that was not at all censored in its mayhem.
120,000 units. Nightmare 2, 180,000 units.
Just buy 3 video cassettes of this all-new Friday the 13th thriller.
So, nearly 10 years after horror admiration has officially, in a sense, entered the cultural zeitgeist, once again a new media in video games is finding ways to scare you. Because you're in control here. You have to get it right. You have to survive. And unlike Resident Evil, which was released the same year and developed in tandem at the same time as this game by Capcom, this isn't the Dawn of the Dead, aliens assault team takes on the supernatural. This is a dyed-in-the-wool giallo-style hopeless chase. Supernatural desperation in a psychological thriller's horror shell. Which of course is what initially inspired the first Clock Tower game released on the Famicom in Japan, where our heroine Jennifer Simpson is captive in the Barrows mansion after being adopted by an evil woman with a dark past. Well, that was based on Dario Argento's Phenomena, also called Creepers in some places. I mean, look at the costume, it's the same character, literally. There are even scenes that are the exact same, but we're not gonna get into that. And there's even an evil child villain mutant to boot, so yeah. But for all the silly, cartoonish-looking visuals here, there's literally a scene at the end of the game where, while standing in a bone pile of dead children, their ghosts come alive and dance. It's pretty messed up, and involuntarily is cheesy. The game is really just trying to be dark and nasty as best it can. I mean, the game even starts with a 3D FMV of the ending of Clock Tower 1, which is pretty nasty and raw. And you gotta get nasty with it too, because every decision you make changes the story. With 5 endings for both main characters, and something as simple as talking to Harris, the research assistant, multiple times in the beginning of the game in the hallway will change which character you control. Once again, along the way in the game, you pick up hints that you can just go back to the pamphlet mode in the main menu and look up to find out different ways to play the game and to look at the endings you've achieved. This game is very self-aware, making it easy for you to interact with it because it's more about experiencing it than struggling. In the end, you find yourself back in the Barrel's castle, trying to uncover what spooky mysteries you can figure out for a way to kill the Scissor Man for good. Really leaning on the exploration angle and some pitfalls literally of how difficult it can be to figure out puzzles in a point-and-click game. Which you eventually do and find yourself in this basement chamber where you uncover the secret of Scissor Man. And then you famously chant some very Army of Darkness level fumbling ancient language. And expel the evil forever. Finally, you have killed Scissor Man. Or did you?
The search for more corpses still continues.